Hello and good morning to everyone who's watching right now. Selamat pagi teman-teman agent yang sedang nonton MG Connect bersama saya Dimas. Seperti biasa di hari Jumat kita bakal ajak teman-teman untuk berdiskusi, untuk ngeliat properti-properti yang pengen kita showcase di hari ini gitu ya. Excited because we are on this. I don't know. I feel good about talking about all these Vietnam properties for the past couple of weeks. Because it just makes me want to go on vacation. But the two properties that we are looking at today are from the Hilton side. I'll let the team just explain that to you guys later. But before we get to the session itself, I want to say hi to a couple of ini pasti Robert yang selalu standby gitu ya. But for any agents yang sudah hadir, monggo silakan say hi to us gitu ya. Join in on the conversation. Kalau mau bertanya dan lain-lain gitu pastinya because karena hari ini kita bakal pakai bahasa Inggris. Kalau misalnya teman-teman sungkan atau susah bertanya dengan menggunakan bahasa Inggris, nanti bakal aku bantu ya gitu. I'll translate for you guys definitely and hopefully you guys will get all the information you need around these two properties that we are going to be showcasing today. So I think without further ado, what I want to do, what we're going to be talking about is two Hilton properties, which is going to be the Hilton Da Nang and then Hilton Garden Inn Da Nang. Rather than I monologue about the two properties, I think I'm going to invite the Hilton team, starting with Sharon. Welcome to the show. There's gonna be Nung, and then there's gonna be Lucy, who's over basically the Hilton team, who's gonna help out with all the explaining around the Hilton properties today. Why don't you guys introduce yourself? Starting with who? Sharon, Lucy, you can do
Okay.
that. I think Sharon's gonna take over. Go ahead.
Yeah, all right. My name is Sharon Matthew, and I am the Cluster Commercial Director for Hilton Da Nang as well as the Hilton Garden Inn Da Nang. I am based out of Da Nang, and I have been here for a little over 4 months. I'm pretty excited to be on this call and have a discussion with all of you.
All right. Okay. So Lucy and Nung Dang is gonna help out with maybe questions, right? I think you've got your social media team who's gonna be answering on the YouTube side itself. So don't worry, guys. Ask all the questions you want. We'll get around to it, hopefully. But then, we're gonna be talking about the two properties here. Hilton. Well, which one are we going to be starting with, Sharon? We'll start with the Hilton Da Nang first, right? So I'm going to showcase this. All the footage that we are going to be seeing today, like this one right now, is more on kind of like the real vibe, right? It's more on the kind of like proper, not proper, but kind of like. This is what you really get to see once you step into the your property here, which is the Hilton Da Nang. Kind of. What can you tell us about this particular property, Sharon?
Yeah. So as we begin, I would like to introduce you to Lucy, who is the Director of Sales at Hilton Da Nang and supports me in the commercial functions at the hotel. And I also have Nyung, who is part of the Hilton Garden Inn Da Nang team, who helps me with our commercial activities at the hotel. So thank you, ladies, for joining in. With regards to the Hilton Da Nang, Hilton Da Nang is a 220-room hotel which is located right on the banks of the Han River. It is a hotel which opened up in the month of December in 2018. We operated for a year, and then then COVID hit, and you all know what happened. And then we reopened last year again in the month of April, and so we are back doing operations at what we know best, offering accommodation services, food and beverage services to our guests. We also have a good amount of meeting space, and we take care of guests when they come in for the residential conferences. We also support the local corporates in having their meetings at the hotel. Right. We also have a good mix of food and beverage outlets at the hotel. At the lobby level, we have the Cafe Viet. It gives out coffee, pastries, or some sort of drinks that or non-alcoholic beverages, for guests who want to come and maybe just have a quick meeting, or just want to sit in the lobby and chill out for some time, something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, in terms of the other food and beverage options, we have Brasserie now, which is basically an Asian restaurant. That is the main restaurant where we also serve the buffet breakfast for all our guests.
Yeah.
So as you can see in the video over here, this is the breakfast session that we have. So we have a good mix of live counters, offering both Asian and a good mix of Western cuisine, so that we are able to take care of uh, uh, the dining preferences of our guests at the hotel. It's a pretty big restaurant.
Yeah.
Comfortably can accommodate a good number of guests, approximately 100, plus guests at a time. Um, yeah, and we also do have over the weekends. Currently, we are doing the dinner buffets, Asian dinner buffet, as well as the international dinner buffets that we are currently doing. Yeah, and we're slowly improving our offerings at this particular restaurant. So
Okay.
this is
Yeah,
uh,
really great overview. I just want to before you get to talking about all, I think you've covered everything. That it's one of the best overviews of your property. But uh, you did mention that this you mentioned about like catering to like the business meetings, kind of like that. So I'm guessing out of the two properties that we're covering today, it's in the middle of the city, right? We could go
yes,
back to this slide right here.
yeah.
This caters to more kind of like the city folks who are business minded, kind of like that. Maybe for the agents who are unfamiliar with Da Nang region itself, uh, how uh, how how can you get to your property from the airport? What's the closest airport? Do you guys offer any like shuttle transport, kind of like that, Sharon?
So yeah, so to come to at Da Nang we have the Da Nang International Airport. That's
Hmm.
the I think the easiest connectivity that Da Nang has, and the hotel is approximately a 15 minutes drive from the airport. Currently, we do not have shuttle services, but there
Hmm.
are taxis, Grab, which is easily available from the airport. It's not too expensive. I think it'll be like in terms of 10 US dollar maximum. That's what I
Yeah.
think is the pricing. Yeah, and cabs and taxis are available throughout the day, so no trouble, no easy. But if the guests would like us to organize for it, yes, we can organize the hotel can organize the airport pickup or drop through our concierge as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You did mention in the middle of the city, but there are some like tourist destinations around. A lot of these don't like their like city settings, but then like I'm guessing because of how Da Nang is, like it's culturally rich, kind of like that. These are the some of the tourist locations that you can visit right around the property. There's one 5 minute drive, the longest maybe like a 45 minute drive all the way to Hoi An, which is another region, right?
Yes.
And but then yeah, this is really good to know for those who want the vacation, maybe because Hilton Da Nang is perfect for maybe guests who want to just visit Da Nang itself and then have this kind of tourist experience, right? This
Yeah.
I'm
So
excited. Yeah.
while I did mention about the business part of it,
Mhm.
I would also like to mention the tourist part of it. So Hilton Da Nang is also the predominant guests who come. The purpose of visit is definitely leisure, and they choose us is also because the Hilton Da Nang is centrally located in Da Nang. It is close to most of the tourist attractions that is there in Da Nang, right? Say for example, Han Market, right? We have the Pink Church. It's these are tourist destinations which are walkable distance from the
Mm.
hotel, right? And Han River is a big part of the Da Nang city, right? And we are
Mhm.
located like right on the banks of the Han River. So yeah, I mean, it's caters to both the leisure as well as the business traveler. But our main focus, or because how Da Nang is positioned, our main travelers are with people who come for leisure at
Okay.
both the hotels.
Okay. Sharon, you did mention you've been there for 4 months. Have you visited all those tourist destinations for yourself?
Yes, I have. Yes, I
Okay,
have.
good, good, great. So, speaking from personal experiences, all these like within walking distances, that's really great. So, I kind of want to move on to I guess most of our travel agents are curious about the room categories, right? But in terms of the property itself, did you mention earlier how many rooms you have in total for
Yeah,
Hilton? Yep.
at the Hilton Da Nang, we have 220 rooms
Mm-hmm.
in total.
Ah, okay. All right. And then we get the room categories itself, 220, right? Like this. For those who are watching, we are going to be sharing these presentations and fact sheets later using a QR code. You can scan it and you can download this in case you want to kind of read up some more on both properties, kind of like that. But yeah, freestanding bathtub. I'm guessing for all the room categories, you're going to have that. Oh,
Yes.
that's really great. Okay. All right. There's already a question about connecting rooms or smoking area, but then let's try to cover maybe like the different types of room categories first. Sharon, yeah.
Yes. So we basically have four distinct categories. So
Hmm.
predominantly, it's the first one is the guest room. The guest rooms, like the room size is approximately 37 square meter, and that is the largest inventory that we have. Followed by the executive room ocean view. And this is 21 in the inventory. So between both the guest rooms as well as the executive room, we have king rooms as well as twin rooms. So
Okay.
the good part about the hotel is that we have approximately 70 plus twin rooms in the hotel, which effectively is one third of the inventory, which is pretty decent in
Yeah.
terms of in terms of the offering part of it.
Hmm.
Within the guest rooms, we have guest rooms which overlook the river, right? And and as you go higher on the in the hotel, you can also have guest rooms with the ocean view, right? And the video that you're looking at right now is the guest rooms, pretty large in size. It's a spec that is built that meets the requirements of the Hilton brand specs,
Yeah.
and a pretty luxurious and modern room. The architecture is pretty modern, and the feel of the rooms is also pretty modern. It's comfortable, convenient, and a sufficient amount of space within the bathroom as well.
Okay. You did mention a majority of your inventory is the guest rooms, right? Going back to that questions, are there any connecting rooms, smoking floors, kind of like that, for these different room categories?
Yeah, we do have connecting rooms.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we are a non-smoking hotel, so yeah,
Ah, okay.
we do have designated smoking zones within the hotel. Yeah, and the guests can access those, but smoking in the room is currently not allowed.
Okay. Yeah, I fully support that. I mean, for like you said, like Hilton brand itself has like special specifications for this, and I do get the vibe that it's a very business-like hotel. It's luxurious, kind of like that. The rooms are large from what I'm seeing, kind of like this, from the guest rooms, and then the highest category would be the presidential suite. Is it? Huh?
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
It is the presidential suite. We only have one of it, like every other hotel. But yeah, that is our best offering that we have for. And yeah, I mean, any guest who stays in the presidential suite is, yeah, I mean, the whole
Yep.
experience is very different. It's
Yep.
offering like like a suite with great views of the city as well as the ocean. A fantastic room, for someone who's coming to Da Nang to celebrate something very special. Yeah, the presidential suite is
Yep.
definitely an offering that could be
There's only
considered.
one. There's only
Yes,
one, right?
yes.
Okay. So make sure if you guys have any guests that are considering a very luxurious stay in the city center of Da Nang, maybe you could take a look at the presidential in Hilton. But yeah, moving on. From the video that I've been watching, how many floors does the property have? It feels like it's so much taller than I feel like, because of like the great views that you can look. There's the river view, there's the coast view, kind of like that. Yeah, it looks really good. How many floors is the property itself, Sharon? Lucy?
The total floors in the hotel is 28. The rooms
28.
start from the fifth floor onwards and go all
Okay.
the way up to the 27th floor. On the 28th floor, we have the restaurant, the Mediterranean
Okay.
restaurant, which is called Sail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the topmost part of the hotel.
Yeah, I did mention that. I don't know why. I'm looking at the video. It feels like I'm in one of the tallest buildings in Da Nang, kind of like that. But yeah, you did mention food, and because it's almost lunchtime, I like talking about the F&B outlets that you guys have right here. You did mention the sale. There's the Brasserie Nam that I shown earlier. We do have a video of this. Maybe you can talk through this very quickly, Sharon, about what you
Yeah.
guys offer on the F&B.
Yeah, sure. So I'll just begin with the Brasserie Nam. Brasserie Nam is
Yeah.
our main restaurant. It is the restaurant. It is an all-day dining. Currently, we are operating the restaurant for mainly for the breakfast, uh, mainly for the breakfast, and then depending on the requirement, we do open it for the lunch and dinner as well. Like for breakfast, like I mentioned to you, it's a good. The cuisine that we offer is a good mix of Asian as well as Western cuisine, so that we are able to cater to the dietary requirements or dietary preferences of the guests who stay with us. All right. We
Yeah.
do have a lot of live counters at Brasserie Nam for when the offering is for breakfast, so the guests have a large variety to choose from. Cafe Viet. Okay, so this is the executive lounge, and it is accessible to guests who are our top tier loyalty members of Hilton Honors, as well as guests who stay in the executive rooms or the suites at the hotel.
Okay. So that's for not everyone gets to go to the executive lounge, is it?
No, so it's the
Okay.
top tier. The top tier, depending on your loyalty tier with the Hilton Honors, the diamond, basically the diamond guests, who and yeah, until and unless there is a special a requirement or someone who stays when the executive rooms or the suites can access the executive lounge.
Ah, cool. All right. So breakfast at the Brasserie Nam, right?
Yeah.
Lunch at the Cafe Viet, maybe if you want like lighter bites, and then dinner at the sale. Sounds like a good itinerary for your culinary. If you want to try out all the different menus, right?
Mhm.
What's interesting is the sale is at the top floor, and it does provide a bar, kind of like that. Maybe for you guys, and one quick question is, what do you guys usually order for dinner at the sale?
So it's predominantly the sale restaurant serves predominantly Mediterranean cuisine at the for our guests.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so there's a good mix of people who, if say they would like to just have a couple of starters, or there are some guests who just order for maybe a pasta, or just sit there, enjoy a quiet meal, or maybe sometimes it is a romantic meal. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
something that we can definitely take care of. If and if someone would like to block a table, we also are happy to have our chef. They can have a discussion with our chef and select a preset a la carte menu. Yeah, we can do that. But again, the cuisine is specifically more of Mediterranean cuisine that we serve, and this is one of a kind of a restaurant in the Nang.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and the restaurant also has a bar, so maybe you can begin with a couple of drinks or end with a couple of drinks based
Um,
on the
does
choice.
that mean the sale can hold events for like maybe private, smaller events here?
Yeah, I mean we do consider the restaurant buyout
Okay.
that can be
All right.
organized. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, well, because I want to segue into the next section, which is your meeting spaces, right? You did mention that this is a business-oriented hotel. That means lots of meeting rooms. What can you tell us about this, Sharon?
Yeah, so we have a pretty big meeting space in the hotel, and as well as multiple breakout rooms. So yeah, the largest meeting space that we have is the ballroom, and it's approximately 468 square meters in size, which is divisible into two. We can accommodate corporate meetings as well as social gatherings, which includes weddings. So we do a couple of weddings each year. Um, Yeah, so it's pretty modern. Again, as you see in the video, it has all the audiovisual equipment, which is state of the art. And if there is furthermore that a client would require, we are more than happy to organize it through our vendors. And yeah, I mean, based on whatever
Yeah.
they would like to, it would be additionally charged. The food and beverage is again, something that we can always have the guest meet with our chef and customize it further. On the third floor that you look at is basically where the meeting rooms are, and you will also notice that all the meeting rooms have daylight coming into it. So it's
Yeah.
unlike the meeting rooms that you would see in another hotel where it is in a closed space. The whole idea is that you're giving the participants or the attendees enough amount of time to breathe and feel fresh when you have daylight coming into the room.
There's a question here. Do you have an LED backdrop? It looks like there's a lot of projector screens, and a couple of TVs, kind of like that. So, very, I think, the equipments are, like you said, state of the art, kind of like this, right? And the thing that I noticed about like the smaller meeting rooms, you've got like single lounge chairs there that make it like extra comfortable. You do have the long tables, but then like you got like these single armchairs. The I'm guessing you can set that up for like maybe like a more intimate business meeting, kind of like that, where people want to be in a relaxed state, right?
Yeah,
And I'm
so yeah, we can, but those are limited in number. Mostly set in the pre-function area of the meeting
okay.
space. So yes, yeah, but if it's the requirement is for like maybe for 5 or 6 or maximum 8 guests, yes, something we can work that out. Not a
Okay,
problem.
cool. All right. So just moving on to the next part, which is like the rest of the facilities. You've got the health related ones. You got swimming pool. You got the gym, and you got a terrace to kind of like lounge around. What can you tell us about this one, Sharon?
Yeah. So the leisure activities are available on the fourth floor at the Hilton. As you see, we have we have gym equipments which is
Mhm.
there, and the gym overlooks the Khan River itself. So it's again not in some of the hotels that we see, right, that we have the gym in one corner which has no view, and it just gets sometimes claustrophobic. No, the way the hotel is built and positioned, there is a lot of daylight that comes in, and so that the guests do enjoy their activity at this part. Even the pool is on the fourth floor, so and the entire fitness facility is right on the fourth floor. So you want to hit the gym and then hit the pool. You don't have to go to multiple floors. You can just be on the same floor and plan how you want to spend your day. And yeah, you can use the health club, the facilities that we have over there.
Right. Now, okay, so that's pretty much it for Hilton Da Nang, right? There is one question that I kind of want to segue into the next property because it's completely different. Kids facilities. Would you happen to have any kids-related activities, facilities in the property itself? Because the next property that we're going to be talking about is actually going to be perfect for that. But yeah, does Hilton Da Nang have any like kids facilities?
We have a small area which is on the terrace, which is right
Hmm.
outside the gym. So we do have some facility for the kids, but it's not too extensive. But yeah, we
Ah,
can we
okay.
can manage to take care of the kids.
There's a kids pool right there. You could see on the video.
There's,
Yeah.
there's
So yeah.
yeah.
So hopefully that answers your question, kind of like that. But for the travel agents guests who are they want to go to the center of Da Nang, kind of like that, go to Vietnam and have this like visit, uh, stay at a luxurious property, Hilton Da Nang, right here. All right. If you're curious, we'll send you a fact sheet later at the end of the show. But then I'm excited to move on to the next property, which is completely, well, I wouldn't say completely different. It's up to the Hilton standards, but instead of being in the center of the city, could you explain to us about what Hilton Garden Inn is, Sharon?
Yeah, so Hilton Garden Inn is a very new property. We opened this hotel on the 31st of May this year.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we've been currently operational for 4 months. It's a brand new property, unlike any Hilton Garden Inn that you would see. The rooms, the offering of the rooms is pretty, a large size rooms, comfortable for a family of two adults and two kids. Yeah, absolutely brand new, absolutely fantastic property to accommodate families. Yeah, obviously if the kids are grown, then they definitely need their space, so then you'd have to book two rooms. But otherwise, if it's a family, a couple, and two small kids, yeah, absolutely, uh,
Yeah.
perfect rooms to perfect rooms to accommodate the family. The good part
Because
is,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I just want to show this picture. Instead of in the middle of the city, you're right across the beach this time because Hilton Garden Inn Da Nang is more, I guess, catered towards what you mentioned before, families who wants to, take a vacation, have easy access to the beach. You can even see from the video that the vibe is already completely different. Very sunny, very sunny.
Yeah,
What else can you tell us about this?
yeah. The hotel is located on, right on the Maike beach. It's just that a road that divides us between the beach and
Mm.
between the hotel and the beach. The good part is we also have a traffic signal which is right there in front of the hotel. So, to cross the road, it becomes a little bit more easier. It helps the guests. That's a good. I mean, we look at it as a plus point. Um, the all the rooms in the hotel, right? You have a good view of the ocean from all the rooms of the hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's the hotel is built in such a way that guests who stay with us, all the guests, not a specific guest, but all the guests do have a good view of the ocean. So yeah, it's one of the plus points that we have.
mm,
The hotel is again 28 stories. Right on the top is the infinity pool. A lot of our guests like to spend their time and maybe spend their time during the day, during the early mornings, in the pool. Some of our guests also like to spend their time in the gym, which is right on top of the right at the top of the hotel. Yeah. So another
yeah.
fantastic offer that we have as part of our Hilton offerings for guests who choose to come and stay at the Nang.
So maybe in relation to the previous property, which is Hilton Da Nang, how far away is Hilton Garden Inn from the city center? How far is it away from the airport? Kind of like that.
Okay, so from the airport is approximately again 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the traffic.
Mhm.
The distance between the two hotels could be an average of 3 kilometers, 3 to 3.5 kilometers, because there are multiple roads that you could take
Yeah.
to reach the hotel.
All right.
But yeah, if it doesn't take more than 20 minutes to reach the hotel from the airport.
Okay. Cool. So a a bit similar from Hilton Da Nang. You did mention 28 rooms, 234 rooms, but I think if we jump right into the room categories, there's a completely different vibe to what you guys offer on this particular property, kind of like that. Can you talk about like the different room categories
Yeah.
for this?
Yeah, so we basically do have the guest rooms, which is our base category rooms that we have for our guests, and the video that you're seeing right now is the guest rooms. And as I mentioned to you, there is enough space to accommodate an extra additional bed, so it's a comfortable room. This is the guest room with balcony. So again, in both the room categories, we have king beds as well as twin beds. So depending on what the client would like, we do have multiple room categories that we can offer. This is the king deluxe room, which right faces the ocean, beautiful, offering beautiful views of the ocean as well as the entire Sontra Peninsula. um, Again, a good mix of king beds as well as twin beds. the
Yep.
the the washrooms, which for the deluxe rooms, ocean, all the rooms which are deluxe rooms do have the bathtubs. And yeah,
Yeah.
it has all the modern conveniences that a guest would need. Yeah, and a pretty spacious room, modern
Yeah,
and convenient.
that was a pretty unconventional setup. Usually, the beds wouldn't face the balcony, kind of like that, right? But for it, in this kind of setting, in this kind of location, for the bed to face the window at the balcony, kind of like that. Definitely what you want to expect from a leisure hotel kind of like this. And I love how the walls are white compared to Hilton Da Nang kind of like that, because it feels a lot more cheery. And then you do have, man, to have all bathtubs in all your room categories, it's really good. And you can see that you can fit an extra bed here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this
Okay.
is the yeah. So the whole idea of putting the extra bed is to show that we can comfortably accommodate a third person
Hmm.
in the room. Most sometimes what happens is hotels, the when you put the additional bed, it becomes very cramped and there is
Yep.
limited space for movement, which is not the case in our hotel. We do have sufficient space. Yeah. And I just
Okay.
want to correct you. The bathtubs are available from the deluxe room onwards.
Ah, okay. All right, cool. And then you do have all these like different type of category. What's your top category for this? Would it be the junior suite?
Yes,
Okay.
the currently junior suites. It's still to be fully functional, the junior suites,
Hmm.
because we just do it, tweaking up a little bit more on the junior suite. So yeah, it's currently not on sale, but as of now, panoramic room with the ocean view is the one that is the highest room category, and we have one of it on each floor.
I like that it's barely a corner. It's a rounded, like kind of glass pane view. You don't get that a lot, right? Sometimes when you have like a corner view like that, there's a pillar in that particular corner, and you get like obstructed view of the of the surroundings, kind of like that. But then like with that, you could see like the whole stretch of like white sand beach, man. White sand beach. What better view to wake up to? Like. Early morning, kind of like that. But yeah, there's a lot of the room categories here that you guys can check out later in the fact sheets. But we're moving on. Like I said again, usually by this time everyone's hungry. I'm curious about the foods that you guys offer in this particular property, Sharon. What can you tell us about this?
Yeah.
You do have a
So
mini market at the bottom first of all,
yeah,
right?
we
Yeah.
do have a small mini mart. It's basically like a convenience store. So in
Mhm.
case the guests get really hungry in middle of the night, yeah, definitely drop into the lobby. It's at the lobby level, and you can pick up what a few snacks or something like that that you could you can have. At the hotel, we have the Together and Co. Restaurants. Together and Co. is a signature brand of signature F&B brand, the food and beverage brand for the Hilton Garden Inn. Uh, yeah, so the whole idea is to a community style of dining experience. It's encouraging guests to have a conversation over a meal, um, which is again, where we are one of the first Hilton Garden Inn hotels to have the Together and Co branding in our restaurant. So over here, Together and Co, what you saw the previous restaurant is where the buffet breakfast is served, and then we do have lunch and dinner being served for our guests on an a la carte basis. This is the
The
rooftop.
rooftop. You guys are on a roll with this like rooftop F&B
Yeah.
settings, man. I
Yes.
love it. What can you tell us about this one?
Yeah. So it's a place where guests can come, have a couple of drinks, chill out for some time, snacks, something that you can, like finger food, or
Yeah, yeah.
comfort food that you would like to have. This is yeah. So it's kind of the guests can have a swim, and then if he just feels hungry, just pop into the rooftop lounge, have a couple of snacks, and maybe have a beer and just chill and have fun. Have a good a good relaxing time at the hotel.
Okay. Is this open like all day?
The pool opens by 7 o'clock. So it opens up early by 6 and then operates until 7, where we have guests who use the pool. But yeah,
Mhm.
not in the nighttime. Correct.
Ah, okay. But then like the bar section of the rooftop restaurant is open.
Yeah, open till
Can you
about.
order drinks all day? That's what I'm trying to get at.
It's we open up in almost close to lunchtime and then go all the way till late evening till yeah. I mean, 9:30 is the last order. That's yeah,
Okay.
and then if the guest wants to hang out for a little bit, yeah, absolutely, we are happy to accommodate the request.
Yeah. For Robert, infinity pool question mark. Yeah, man, you could see it right here. It's a very like 27th floor. You could see the beach. You could see the ocean right there. And yeah, it looks like it's as relaxing as it can be if you want to hang out there for the whole day. Um, Moving on from that, yeah, the leisure part. There is still the whole business side of things. If you want to, have do like group business meetings here, you do offer that too for meeting spaces, right?
Yes.
And this is a bit different. This is definitely a bit different from the Hilton Da Nang. Hilton Garden Inn provides this like more. I feel like from just by looking at the video, uh, a more relaxed environment. What can you tell
Mhm.
us about this?
Yeah, so we do have a meeting. We do have a ballroom as well at the Hilton Garden Inn, and it is 183 square meters, which again the hall can be divided into two. Um,
Mhm.
the good part of the ballroom is that there is daylight, daylight that can be provided by pulling up the curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the USP. Again, it has all the modern AV that can be that a guest would need at the hotel.
Yeah.
We also have a small boardroom, if there is like, which could be used as one is like a meeting, breakaway meeting. Yes, it could be used. Or if we just want to have like a 10 rooms and 10 guests coming in and they still want to have a meeting, yeah, we can offer the boardroom as well. um, and then we have the meeting space, which is on level 2. This is more of a very casual, if guests just want to keep the meeting very open, very casual, we can arrange uh, the
Yeah.
hall as per the requirement. Yeah. And this
Yeah.
this is, yeah.
It just what really gets me is a business meeting, like important business meeting with a view. That's I think that's gonna help whoever's gonna be renting out all these spaces to kind of get through those meetings, right? Because yeah, rather than it being kind of like dark and everyone gets sleepy and like that, you take a look around the corner. It's the beach. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that even though it's leisure compared, it's a leisure hotel, and you guys are equipped to have all these like business related events, and the property itself is impressive. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, like
we
this, man.
we
It doesn't look like Vietnam from this view, to be honest. Kind of like yeah,
Yeah, so we at the hotel, we like I said, at both the hotels, the majority of our clients are definitely leisure clients who visit Da Nang for leisure purposes. But at the same time, there is a certain amount of clientele that who come to Vietnam for incentives. So that is where the meeting spaces come in, right? So yeah, both the hotels, our teams are able to cater to the needs as requested by the client. So, we're more than happy to accommodate those requests and yeah, work with the guests to ensure that they have a good time at both the hotels.
yeah. Okay, and last but not least, what you can expect from the property itself is maybe like the health part of the facilities, kind of like this, right? Maybe after, before you go out to the beach, before you go to meeting, there you do have a gym. What can you tell us about this?
Yeah, this is the topmost part of the hotel at Hilton Garden Inn. Again, right outside we have a yoga deck. So if someone who is early riser can, if they want to enjoy the sunrise and spend some time meditating, yeah, you can definitely use the yoga deck. People
Uh,
who are into physical exercises and they do not want to miss out, even when they're on holiday, yeah, absolutely, we have the equipment to take care of their basic exercising requirements. Again, it's a modern spacious gym, and it's not too crowded because not many people who come to Danang. I think everybody just wants to relax.
yeah.
So yeah, not too crowded, but yeah, it can take care of the needs of someone who's a hardcore fitness enthusiast. Yeah, we can take care of them.
It's definitely more than enough for those. Yeah, if people want to, hit the weights a bit, you can see right there. There's like kettlebells, uh, but then like I think right. I'm first of all, Hilton team. I'm impressed with the like this walkthrough of the property itself, both from Hilton Da Nang and this Hilton Garden Inn, because you get to really experience and see how the property itself is in real time, kind of like this. It's like you said, you want to stay away from like the doctored photos, kind of like that, and a clear distinction between the Hilton Da Nang and then this Hilton Garden Inn. Definitely for the property that's in the middle of the city, it's more like business oriented. Everything has that luxurious space and design. For this one, it's light. It's you can relax in the rooms in Hilton Garden Inn because you're by the beach, kind of like this. Two properties that we've kind of like covered so far. Maybe I want to go back to a couple of questions here in the chat. Um, is there any difference between like any shuttle offerings for Hilton Garden Inn, Sharon or Lucy?
Oh, unfortunately, no. Currently, we do not have any shuttle facilities at both the hotels. But like I said, if if
Yeah.
if, if anybody would want would want the hotels to organize for the transfers, we definitely can organize it at an additional cost through our concierge services.
Uh, there's one question. I could see a landmark. There's a stretch of beach by the Hilton Garden Inn. But maybe any tourist destinations around the Hilton Garden Inn area?
We are a landmark by ourselves, so
Yeah,
it's
there you go. There you go.
not
Right. Uh,
to the Hilton.
okay. And then for extra beds, there's some questions about extra beds. I think we did cover that. All the rooms are spacious enough to fit those extra beds. Are there any connecting rooms for this particular property?
Yes, at both the hotels we do have connecting rooms. Yeah,
Okay.
so we can take care of families who specifically want to have connecting rooms. Yeah, we can take care of that.
Ah, cool. All right, like that. For those who want to find out more about the two properties, if you want to scan this particular QR code, you can do that. That'll take you a drive folder with videos and fact sheets and the presentation that we've showcased so far, kind of like this. And then what we are gonna announce right now while you guys are trying to scan. We are Hilton team is offering two free stay vouchers that we are gonna be announcing the winner to right now. Our MG team have chosen Robert Wijaya. Ya, Mas Robert yang biasanya bertanya. Robert has been asking you a lot of questions. If your team wants to go back and maybe try to cover all of his questions and answer them, you could do that. But you are eligible to win one free stay voucher from the Hill team, and the second person today that's gonna win a free stay voucher is Lily. Lily, if you guys want to make sure you want to say hi, you deserve a free stay voucher, kind of like that. We are at the end of the session today. Talking with the Hilton team has always been a great experience in Vietnam, and we're on a Vietnam streak about the properties. And I'll tell you what, it just gets better every time, especially with Hilton right now, because yeah. One for business meeting, one for leisure and vacation, and you get to see Sandy Beach. Uh, do you want to tell the viewers anything else, Sharon?
Yeah, just want to thank everybody for taking time to join us on this discussion. It's good to meet each one of you. Yeah, so we are here to support you. If there is any specific requirement that you would have, please do reach out to us. And we are, Lucy and my colleague Noon, we are here to support you and take care of your guests. We are very happy to have been part of this discussion, and thank you to Dimas for allowing us to have this opportunity to discuss and interact with you all.
All right. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. It gets me want to make. I haven't taken a vacation maybe in a while, Sharon. Maybe I'm looking at the beach and then Hilton Garden Inn, kind of like, okay, all right, that's
Maybe
another
maybe
thing I
you
need to
should
add to the list.
maybe you should plan a vacation or a visit to Da Nang very 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 soon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely. But thank you guys for joining me today, and thank you guys, the viewers, for joining in the discussion. This has been MG Connect with Hilton Da Nang and Hilton Garden Inn. We'll see you next time on our MG Connect. See you guys.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.